And it looks like our runners are entering the dot readies, and we're about to get underway. IrregularJinny on the left, darrenvile on the right, and we are underway. First stage for the highway. Our runners will be mashing their way through the gun vaults and the bees. The gun vaults can be a bit problematic if you don't get a good first mash. It does throw off your pattern, but darrenvile and IrregularJinny are both very, very good mashers. So the very first real problem that our runners could face is with the bees, which are coming up for both of our runners. They have the ability to throw out 3 patterns. You see the machine gun there for both of them, and that is the preferred pattern. So now both of our runners will not have to worry about dying to at least B patterns. They both actually get very, very good B patterns. You see, IrregularJinny actually jumped over the machine guns. He took an extra bonk, and what that means is that he will not have to do Tazcars. Tazcars can be a piece of crap in some situations, but darrenvile, with the health, he's going to need to do Tazcars. That way he can get down to 3 or less. IrregularJinny took the extra bonk on the B, so he won't have to do them. So you're going to see the difference here. Jinny's going to kill the cars while Darren does not. But this will actually be a more optimum strategy for Darren, because as you see, the cars travel just a little bit faster than Jinny can walk. So Darren with about a half a second advantage off of the Tazcar strategy, and now Jinny with a good ship, darrenvile with a perfect ship, and now Vile. So Vile can also give a bit trolly RNG. As you see there on IrregularJinny's screen, Vile went all the way to the moon. So the Vile RNG pattern gives darrenvile a 4-second advantage heading into the Penguin stage. And are you guys dreaming of a white Christmas? We're about to go snowballing. And so here we go with the Icy Panguigo stage for both of our runners. This is the first level that our runners will go to because it is Christmas time, and Dr. Light has a Christmas present for our runners. About halfway through the stage, they're going to be getting a nice, homey pair of boots. And the boots actually allow our runners to go just a little bit faster. So it is actually surprising that they knew the boots were in this stage and not something like Octo stage or maybe Eagle stage. Or they were both very knowledgeable in the fact that the Christmas present was available to them in the stage with snow. Slope jumps there for Darren. Slope jumps coming up for IrregularJinny. Both of them nailing those very nicely. And now, to the Christmas present, here comes Santa Claus. You notice that both of our runners are actually running on the Japanese version of the game. That is because the Japanese text is actually faster than the English text. And now, dashing through the cave, robots, over the flamingo he goes, dashing all the way. And IrregularJinny taking out the flamingos as well. Very nicely done, and into the mech. And darrenvile with an extra slope jump there. He's taking out the snowballers now, playing Tag You're It with the green little robots. IrregularJinny taking a damage boost off that second snow turret, but he gets there nicely, and that's a 4:17 door time for Jinny, so very, very nicely done. And now on to the penguin fight, the first bird of the game. He's actually pissed off because he got coal in his stocking, so now he's going to try and kill our friendly robot. both of our runners getting very, very good RNG. You see a slide there from Darren. You see a slide there on Jinny's screen. Slides actually render Penguin invincible, though. But a 4:47 kill time for Darren. What? That is just extremely ridiculous. And Jinny with a 4:57, so darrenvile takes a 10-second advantage into the Kawanger stage. And the Kawanger stage is next for both of our runners. And then after this stage, the Kawanger second area is the most optimal pattern. After this stage, you will be able to fight all of the bosses with their weakness. Kawanger is the very last Buster-only fight in the run. But done optimally, it is actually preferred to fight Kawanger with Buster only. And one thing you're going to see here from Jinny is you're going to see some legacy strats, some vintage speedrunning techniques. As you see, he's going for the gap jumps, but what you're also going to see is he's actually wall kicking off of every ladder. This is actually considered to be frames faster than climbing up each ladder. And this was something that was very, very prevalent in the original days of speedrunning Mega Man X, which is IrregularJinny has been a part of this community since 2011. So you're going to see some vintage strategies coming out of him. As darrenvile goes through the ladder yadder section, he misses that gap jump, but he's going to continue on into the inner climb. He does get a health upgrade there, but he's entering Kawanger section now. More legacy ladder kicks by Jinny. He tries for Iceless, doesn't get it, so he's going to continue on now. Went for the swag strat, but that was a no-go. And now, Darren inviting Kawanger to dance, and he's going to get a very nice dance here. It is actually called a tango. You're basically dodging his grab attack by jumping above his head. And it puts him into a RNG loop, and you're not going to see Jinny go for that. But regardless of how you fight Kawanger, as long as you're constantly keeping his iframes on, you will not really lose that much time. As you see, Jinny getting trolled there just a little bit, but he's able to move on just nicely. And now on to Chameleon stage. Chameleon stage has very little RNG in this. The only RNG section you really have is the cave. The falling rocks can knock you around and be just an absolute nuisance to you. So, see how Darren goes through the cave. He does take one bonk from the first boulder man, but other than that, and he makes it out. A single bonk there for Darren. Doesn't go for the Duke Bird. How sad. That's such a beautiful strat. You do see him pick up the extra life there. That is maybe not necessary, but it is based on preference. You don't have to pick it up. IrregularJinny taking a second bonk. He actually has to slow down there to dodge a third one. Shoots the fourth rock out of the sky, and he moves on to the swamp stage. And now he is going to pick up the extra life as well. Another preference safety strat. Going through the swamp, and the Chameleon fight is pretty straightforward. It's just a simple left and right rodeo. Not really anything too difficult. Once you get the first couple of shots down, it's pretty much just spam boomerangs until he's dead. Jinny, however, you're going to see some more vintage legacy strats out of him. He's actually going to fight Chameleon on the left wall for the entire fight, which, as you saw darrenvile do, the first couple of shots came off the left wall. For Jinny, he's going to fire all of his shots off the wall. And this is a very nice rodeo pattern for him as well. It's nice and smooth. Fire the last shots to center yourself, and Moving on, next stage for our runners is going to be Storm Eagle stage. We haven't seen any of our runners pick up any safety items yet. The Storm Eagle stage is realistically the first kind of area that you could potentially see a safety pickup. The E-Tank is only about 8 or 9 seconds out of the way, but darrenvile will be skipping it. Takes out the platform. Is he? Nope, he's not going to do Death Kick. How sad. But very nicely done. Up the tower he goes. We're going to see Jinny now, moving to the same section. He is going to mash his way through, and he needs to be careful on these platforms, because mashing your way through like that can cause a bit of a stare. Oh, takes another damage boost on that third platform turret there, and now he is going up the tower, and Eagle now, everyone. This can be a bit of a pain for our runners. Less so for our runners because they have the weakness, so it does save about 5 seconds optimally off the Buster only strat. Oh, darrenvile missed the 50-50, and he takes out Eagle very nicely. He did get about 4 dives though. So Jinny now with the ability, if he does get a perfect Eagle, to make up some time. Storm Eagle's going to hover, but he does come right back down for Jinny. And now Jinny 2 shots away. 1 more, and Jinny does get the perfect Eagle fight, so he's going to be able to pick up just a little bit of time on darrenvile on that RNG pattern. And now both of our runners on their way to the stage. You see darrenvile taking out the Hatarians and the Flamingos with the Buster Ice strategy, also known as Zam's Hallway. And now he heads into the Thunder Slimer fight with some Hit Boom NATO strats. 1 more, and GG for Thunder Slimer. Very nicely executed. Jinny now. He's going through the hallway with the tornadoes. You can kind of race ahead of the tornadoes just a little bit, and it will clear out pretty much the entire hallway for you. If done optimally, you can take it out in 3 shots, and you see Jinny do that very well. Now on to the Thunder Slimer fight. He does use the tornado strategy, which is pretty simple. Unless Thunder Slimer goes freaking crazy on his trampoline. But he's able to spam them down with the boomerangs. And now darrenvile onward to the mandrill fight. Very nice hallway. So far, both of our runners have chosen the low percent route. They haven't collected any safety items. And IrregularJinny having a little bit of trouble finding the ladder in the darkness, but he's able to find it. And now darrenvile, 1 more hit. That is a dead monkey. And IrregularJinny now entering the door. And as we look at the timer, it's going to be a 13:30 split time for darrenvile. And now we'll compare times as IrregularJinny continues the fight. Nice shot. Oh, IrregularJinny, I think he actually missed an ice shot there. I'm not sure if he dropped an input. Oh, the punch comes out. He's got 2 more shots, and that is a dead monkey. So it's about a 40-second differential between our 2 runners at this time. And now they move on to the armadillo section. darrenvile with the sea sting out. It's a little bit of lag reduction on the bats there. And now he continues on to the second mine cart. Moving on to the third. Jinny now on his first minecart. You see them both. Oh, darrenvile's actually picking up the. Oh, he almost fell off the cart too. But darrenvile actually picks up the heart there. So that is his first safety item, and I do believe, unless he decides that he wants to get the mammoth heart, that he will pretty much stay at that one heart. And that one heart is actually an extremely, extremely important heart as we go to the armadillo stage. He does get a one roll pattern, but now he's going into his roll pattern again. The second roll pattern is not that bad as you can damage him since his armor's gone. Jinny now heading through his minecart, but back to the heart strategy that darrenvile picked up there. That's actually a very important heart because in low percent, Mega Man X has 16 health. In picking up that one heart, he now has 18 health. The issue becomes when you get to the final Sigma fight, which is why you kind of see runners pick up that one heart. The claws that just really, really troll you on the final Sigma fight deal 8 damage apiece. So by picking up that one heart, you actually allow yourself to take one extra hit where you... Oh my goodness! Jinny got sniped by the Dillo. He tried to stand in and mash Dillo down for the final hit, and unfortunately, Dillo's shot traveled faster. And so Jinny is now going to have to be very, very careful with his ammo here. Otherwise, he's going to have to fight Dillo Buster only. He is going to have to take him out in mono-e-mono. One more shot, and this time Jinny is faster on the trigger. Quick draw armadillo, putting darrenvile a half stage ahead now. And now, onward to the Octo fight. darrenvile just now getting into the Octo door. Launch Octopus starting up for Jinny now. And this was by far the laziest stage creation to ever be existed in a video game. Game developers, as you see there, darrenvile, opting to allow the energy drain to occur, mashing out of it, and he gets through very nicely. The game developers just decided that they were going to give us 3 miniature boss fights and 700,000 spikes to go through, and that apparently passes QA. Jinny now mashing his way through the second angler, and that is the second boss. Now you gotta pass through Cruzilla here, throwing the depth charges at you. darrenvile's gonna take top route, destroy the whale, and onward to the Moray Evil, Utoboros. Waiting for him, and he's dead. And now onward to the Octopus. darrenvile working his way through the hikers. You see him taking them out with the Buster. That's by chance faster than this sea sting strategy you see most people do. For the most part, it's the same speed. You hit them with one hit and they're dead. However, if you ever do run across an ammo drop, you will have to stop to pick it up. So if you go Buster only, you won't have to worry about the ammo. darrenvile on his way to the final fight with the round elephants. IrregularJinny about to enter the stage. Very nice times for both of our runners so far. IrregularJinny with the extremely unfortunate death on Dillo. Now darrenvile, very, very nice and easy, getting the double hits. Oh, he does miss that one because of the troll jump, but a 1913 8 Mavs completion time for darrenvile. He will be able to start the Sigma Fortresses as IrregularJinny dashes underneath the platforms, and now it does appear that IrregularJinny is also going to be going Buster only through this minor section. He does unfortunately take an axe to the face, but he recovers very nicely. And now, pulling out the Sea Sting, that way he can get through this section with dashes through the conveyor belt. And the tornado for the Hoganman is on its way. Ooh, darrenvile does miss the Taz sub-pixel, so he's going to have to opt for a different leap of faith strategy, and he nails it to perfection. Now dashing through the gun vaults, has to avoid that health drop, does so nicely. And Jinny now on his way to take out this 8 Mav. And he's getting the double hits very nicely, dodging the flame. And one more hit, there it is, a 20-33 8 Mavs time for IrregularJinny. So darrenvile enjoys a comfy 1 minute 20 second advantage at the completion of 8 Mavs. But this is any percent, anything can happen. IrregularJinny, I can't tell, it does not look like he has any hearts. I didn't see him pick up any. So he is going with 16 health. darrenvile does have that one safety item sitting nicely at 18 health. And now the Vile fight for darrenvile with the rolling shields. Very nicely done so far, dodging over the tanks. But you've got to be very careful with your rolling shields, because if you miss a rolling shield, that stays on the screen for a very long time. IrregularJinny now with the leap of faith, he nails it nicely. Oh, but he does get stuck on the cliff, and he gets blocked by the platform. That is unfortunate. One more hit, and now he's up the way. Dodges underneath the walker. And his cutscene skip is very well. Alright, so now onward to the climb, and let's see if darrenvile opts for the Kawanger skip. No, he's not going to. Going to do the normal charge strat. He does get the charge in, and now, so he's going to go for the double hit on Kawanger. This is a very, it's both RNG and execution at the same time. As you saw, he does not get the double hit because Kawanger did not dash forward after the first hit. You really got to have that dash from Kawanger in order to execute the strategy, so unfortunate there. darrenvile had the execution down but was not able to get the dash. But he also only has 4 health to his name going into the spider fight. So he's going to have to be very careful. He does have very high confidence in his abilities to read the pattern, so he doesn't sit back and farm for health. But one mistake, and it's a brand new ballgame. Oh, darrenvile now on the spider fight, as we see Zero passing away for the first time in the series. Well, technically the second time. darrenvile reads the third pattern very well. Now, fortunately for darrenvile, there have been no babies, so that makes reading the pattern very much easier. And as I say that, there's the first set of babies, but darrenvile handles that very nicely. 2 shots away for Spider now, as Jinny goes into the final fight. This is a very easy pattern for Darren to read, and that is a Spider. Kawanger now on Jinny's screen. And you see Jinny kind of going for the normal strat, staying on the wall, shooting at him. Homing torpedoes are a very nice weapon, because even though he goes invisible, the homing torpedoes can still pick him up. darrenvile now entering Rangda's stage, Sigma Fortress 2, and this stage is, well, it's the devil. You've got 3 heavy RNG fights, and I have seen 20-second leads evaporate on this stage very quickly. So Penguin first up for darrenvile, Eagle will follow, and then Green Eye Rangda, and you immediately see a slide there from Penguin. darrenvile's able to get the double hit on the charge. Meanwhile, Jinny reading the patterns nicely. A good double hit there as well. Jinny gets the second pattern. One more to go for Darren. He takes it out. Jinny has half health left now on Spider. This is when Spider can become a really big pain in the butt because he starts to go really fast. And like we got just a little bit of frame drops on IrregularJinny's screen. So darrenvile now on his way to the climb. And dodging the final spiders. Oh, it looks like Jinny actually missed a shot. He fired one of his shots a bit too quickly, but Spider is dead now, as we see Darren start to get dives from the bird. And bird now 2 hits away from death, but oh no, Darren missed the 50-50 again. He had that issue in the first eagle fight, and he has it again on the final hit, costing him another dive. That's unfortunate, but he does still enjoy a lead. Just gotta keep calm and chive on. Get your way through the green eyes and onward to the third Sigma stage. IrregularJinny now coming into the... I think he forgot the weapon swap there. Definitely looks like he forgot. And Penguin is not playing nice at all. Penguin is really being a jerk. Oh, Darren actually fired the sting the wrong way, but he recovers. Oh, he does miss the last hit though. Alright, but this is an easy 1 cycle pattern. One more shot, and very nicely done for darrenvile there. Now Jinny, moving his way through the hallway, onward to the Eagles section. Gets the nice gap jump there. Oh, he loses his charge early, pulls out the tornado, having a little bit of trouble with that final turret. darrenvile throws down the ice sled, gets past Dillo, doesn't even give him an opportunity to spawn again. We don't want to fight Armadillo anyway. He has the ability to snipe you and kill you, as you saw on Jinny's screen earlier today. So if you're able to skip fights, you absolutely want to skip fights. And now Darren. Oh, he misses the rodeo, but he's able to recover very nicely. And now simple left-right pattern. Done well there. Done very well. And Chameleon is dead. Now Jinny moving on to the Rangda fight. And darrenvile actually had extremely good RNG for Rangda. So Jinny is going to need to repeat that. And he immediately gets a green eye. He immediately gets another green eye, and he misses a shot and a third green eye before the walls close. Jinny now. He chooses to let the nose live. A fourth green eye, and finally a blue eye, but, I mean, at that point, who cares? Now the red eye opens for the right eye. He's got 2 more shots left, 1 more, and that is a dead Rangda for Jinny, as darrenvile finishes off Mandrill stage. Moving through the water now, he does get the triple kill, charges up his buster for the blue shot strategy, and now on to Octo. And Octo does go into the whirly pattern, but darrenvile mashes his way out of it, and oh, he does give him a second whirly, but again, a 1 damage drain, very nicely done. Oh, third one, and darrenvile is going to choose to dash out of this one. He took a homing torpedo shot, and that caused him to kind of not want to go for that strat. He could have been able very easily to get it, but he chose not to. And now Jinny actually misses Dillo skip. So he does have to take Dillo down again, getting some nice revenge there. And that's a dead monkey, or a dead elephant, I should say, for darrenvile. And Jinny back to his legacy rodeo strats on the left wall. One more hit, and dead. And darrenvile getting the optimal pattern. He does get the double chomp, that's very nice. We can't bait out a third chomp. I'm not sure if RNG will permit a third chomp, but now D-Rex going crazy. Oh, he does get a good one there though, and that is a dead D-Rex. Now darrenvile on his way to the final stage for this Race 1 event. IrregularJinny takes out Mandrill, and now he will be able to move on through the Octo stage. But darrenvile on the final tower climb. And this is the area that we have seen so many times. So many runners entering this stage. And then a race happens. Can darrenvile keep his poise? 18 health to his name. Het dog strat starts out, and now he's going to mash his way through the dog. He dodges under him. Very nicely done. He does take a projectile hit. Projectile hits are only 4 damage. So with 18 health, 4 damage away, he now has 14 health. And 14 health is a very important number. The lightning attacks that Velgarder Sigma does is 12 damage. So he does still have the ability to take 1 hit from Velgarder Sigma. The claws do 8 damage, so he can only take 1 hit from the claws. So he does have 1 mistake that he can make. But he can't make more than 1. He can't get trolled. He's got to keep his poise, do the fight the way he knows how, and race 1 will be his. And this has been a very, very good run for darrenvile so far. But final fight. darrenvile, 16 shots away from our race 1 victory. And claws immediately open, and that is crucial. So he gets to the top now, and now we're on the way. 4 shots down, 12 to go. 10 to go now. He's got the execution down. He just needs to keep his focus. Jinny hot on his heels, taking out D-Rex. 3 shots, 2 more to go. Oh, and a nasty dodge there by darrenvile, and GG. Very, very well done. 32-30. He was only 17 seconds off of his PB. And Jinny now. It looks like Jinny's going to .FF the first race. That way we can get the second race underway. So we'll get our second race as soon as the reset comes in. We will get right underway. darrenvile, IrregularJinny, race number 2 coming up. And race number 2 is underway as they begin through their opening sequences, taking out the gun bolts, heading to the bees. And getting their way to the second bee now. Oh, Jinny's got it. Oh no, Jinny. He gets double passives. And that is a very unfortunate death. darrenvile now takes a 1-minute lead. And looks like Jinny is requesting a reset. Let's see if they're gonna go for that. I don't think darrenvile has seen the request yet. And darrenvile takes out the car. Nicely done there. And Vile grab. 2 minutes flat for darrenvile. And he will be able to head on to Penguin stage. Onward to Penguin stage for darrenvile. Stage is relatively straightforward. You're gonna get the dash boots here. Jumping over the first rabbit, taking out the Axeman, and now very nice slope jumps there so far. Oh, he does bonk the last rabbit though. That is a very painful rabbit to bonk as it takes 4 health damage for that hit. It's probably the most powerful non-boss enemy in the game, the bunny rabbit. And some very good slope jumps there for darrenvile. Finishes off the last bats. And onward to the dash boots. It appears I'm being signaled that IrregularJinny has chosen to .ff this race. And darrenvile now moving through the cave. Into the mech. Taking out the snow turrets. And on his way, 416 time for door entry. And now the penguin fight. Now he's moving on to the Kawanger stage. 5:08 split time for darrenvile. Very, very nicely done. And Quanger stage is next for him. I am actually extremely amused by the mouse on the screen. Not sure if you guys could see the mouse, but I could see the mouse on the screen. Stuff is moving around. It was extremely distracting, we'll put it that way. So darrenvile now on his way up the elevator. Unfortunately, not doing the two-stop elevator skip, so we won't get to see anything fun there. And second ladder yadder goes down. The third one taken out. Now he will be able to move his way into the internal tower climb. Takes out the laggy turret, and he's able to make it past the first bullet. Very nicely done. 6:53 door time for Quanger. And now darrenvile. Going to invite Quanger to dance here. Very nice dance execution. He actually had an extremely long tango with Quanger in his first race. See if he does get teleports a little earlier than last run, but nothing too major. The final blue shot takes out the beetle, and darrenvile will be able to move on to the chameleon stage. So he did take a couple of bonks in the chameleon stage cave last run. The shooting for 0 bonks is always a good tactic. Now through the rainforest. He does manage to dodge that first one, but he misses the second rock. And there's the bird dupe. He didn't go for it in the first race, but he does throw it out that time. Going through the amen hoppers, though, he does decide that he's not going to go for Fatso door. Very, very good strategy by darrenvile, as that would have soft-locked the game. And now for the standard left-right rodeo of the chameleon stage. Very, very nicely executed by darrenvile, and chameleon is dead. So Darren will now move on to the eagle stage. Pulls out the Sea Sting. They, for the most part, one hits everything. Very nicely done there by Darren on the initial climb. Now going through the gun portion. chooses again not to go for Death Kick. So, DarrenVile headed up the radio tower to the Eagle Plane. Takes out the final Sky Claw, and now he's got one more turret and a bird to deal with. We'll see how many dives DarrenVile actually gets in this area. He's gotten several in both of his past runs, and it looks like the bird's gonna go up and give him some more. That's one dive. 3. Coming number 5. There's number 6, and he's gonna get 7 dives from Eagle. Just very unfortunate RNG for Darren there. Now moving down to Drill. Darren has some very good Zam hallway strats in this area to pay attention to. Going through the flamingos very well, and on his way to Thunder Slimer, where you'll be seeing Het Boom NATO strats. Gets a bounce there from Thunder Slimer, but he does take it out very well. And DarrenVile on his way through the hallway now. Now through the Hitarians in the final hallway, and 12:57 for the door touch, and now for Mandrill. Oh, he does miss that first ice shot, but he recovers very nicely. Now 2 more shots left for the monkey, and monkey is dead. Dillo stage will be up next for DarrenVile. We do know that he likes to pick up the Armadillo heart here. It is a bit of a safety item, but it's a pretty standard safety item to select as well. Now, dashing his way to the rollies, the rolly spiky things. I don't know what they're actually called. It's some lag reduction C-Sting there, but he hits the wrong bat, so he has to not dash jump up the turrets. More lag reduction there for killing the bats. Lots of bats killed there, actually. And now, on his way, picking up the Dillo heart. And final cart ride before Dillo. All right. So good RNG there for Dillo. And now darrenvile taking out the Dillo. E-Spark all the way down. 1530 kill time. And it looks like darrenvile is roughly 14 seconds behind his PB. So let's see if he's able to make up that time and post a nice PB for all the viewers in SG4 right now. Launch Octopus stage is next. Fortunately, the only water level in the game. Water levels, I do believe, are by far the worst stages in video game history. Taking out the first Anglerk, getting a big ammo for his Sea Sting. So, got full ammo going into the second Sea Sting. Jumping through the pufferfish there. Oh, he almost has an unfortunate death there. Oh, he does have an unfortunate death there. Unfortunate timing on that death. But he executes the secondary fight very poorly. Okay, I am being corrected that auto-scrollers are worse than water levels. Fortunately, I choose to just not play games that have auto-scrollers in them. Now onward to Octo. Fortunately for darrenvile, the death that he took was right after a checkpoint, so he's not going to have too much time loss in this area, but all time loss is unfortunate time loss. More swirlies from Octopus. And looks as if one more swirly, 1 health left, and he takes him out with Tornado because screw your Tornado. So now Mammoth will be the final Maverick from Aaron. And then he will be able to start the Sigma stages. Top route. Oh, he does miss the zip on the Uto, but pulls out the spark and makes it through. And now through the miners he goes. And onward. See if he's able to get the second Uto skip. Does get the second Uto skip, very nicely done. And now to Mammoth. Simple, get a couple double hits on him, and take out the elephant. Pretty straightforward fight right here, actually. This is the shortest 8 map stage, and then it's pretty much the easiest 8 maps fight as well. Gets the off-screen kill there, very nicely done. A 1943, I think it was, 8 maps time. I'll find out for sure here. His split time is a 1957, so it was a 1942 8 maps time for darrenvile. And finally, after 19 minutes of looking around, Zero finally found the Sigma Fortress on a floating island in the sky. And now darrenvile will head over there, take a couple of leaps, and begin fighting everybody again. It does look like he's able to get the... No, he's not able to get the sub-pixel manipulation, so he's gonna have to do Leap of Faith the old-fashioned way. And very nicely done there. He's gotta take a couple more damage, avoid that health drop. He does unfortunately pick up the ammo, and then he picks up the health too. So, he's gotta get himself back down to 6 health. Does that nicely. And now... Oh, that was a very nice gap jump there. And to the Vile cutscene skip now. Black box stays open. And the rolling shield is out. Cutscene skip successful. And for the last time of the events, Zero passes away. Rest in peace, my friend, rest in peace. We will never see you again. So Darren with the rolling shields out. Oh, he does take some damage there from Vile. Oh, he takes a lot of damage from Vile, and now we're in the same situation again. Looks like darrenvile is going to choose to take Zero out of the equation with the electric spark. And Zero is now dead. Rest in peace, my friend. Well, now darrenvile, I saw him practicing Coanger skip prior to the races starting. Let's see if he's going to choose to go for Coanger skip now that he knows that the race is technically over. He does shoot it over, but doesn't get a drop. So, gonna have to go into the Coanger stage with 4 health. So he's got to be very careful. Anything that touches him can kill him. He goes to the wall. It's a pretty standard strat. When he gets close to you, you just go up the wall and continue firing the homing missiles at him. And, you know, darrenvile with a very good Coanger fight, but Coanger was really after him there. He really wanted to just dash up and touch him on the nose and say, boop. But now, we saw his spider fight last time. He actually went into the spider with the same health as last time. So we know he has a very good spider fight. He's just got to execute. And he does get babies early. So, the good news about having babies early, Spider is still moving relatively slow. When you get babies near the end of the fight while Spider is moving extremely fast, it can be a very, very bad time for you. And there's a second pair of babies there. And now Spider, taking her time coming down. darrenvile with 2 more hits left. 1 more hit now. And that's an easy pattern to read. And darrenvile moving on to Sigma Fortress 2. (24-21) split time for him. Now, Ringa. darrenvile was extremely trolled by this stage last time. I think he had 4 or 5 slides. He had there's a double hit on the penguin with the full charge. There's the second slide, so he's going to get another double hit there. And, oh, he does finish him off very nicely. So 3 slides, that's not bad at all. That's about average, actually. Picks up an extra life for swag. Now he's got 2. He's got the 3rd one. He got all 4. Great job, Darren. 4 out of 4 gap jumps. Easy every time. Now, he wants revenge on this bird. This bird has really cost him a lot of time. And more dives. What in the world are these eagles? So darrenvile, I kept counts. 5, 5, 7, and 7. darrenvile with 24 dives from eagle. And these 2 speedruns that he's done of this game today. Just absolutely pathetic RNG. I think that actually might be a world record too. We're gonna have to check and see, but that might be a world record for worst eagle RNG in all of the speedrunning entertainment. Well, he does actually miss a hit on the nose somewhere, so he's gonna have the walls open back up. Now he's got 1 hit left on both eyes. And very, very well done there by darrenvile. And that is going to give him a 27:08 split time for the ring to face. And now onward to Sigma 3. Oh, that looked a bit sketchy there, but he was able to land the Dillo skip. And now moving on to Chameleon. And standard left-right rodeo for him. He gets it locked in. And now Chameleon's just gonna choose to tap out here. Oh, he's trying to fight it out, but no, he chooses to tap out. Very, very nicely done by darrenvile. And now the monkey. Starts with a Mike Tyson punch, but gets frozen in his place. Two more hits, and Mandrill is dead. And does get the triple kill on the fishes. Gets his blue charge out, and now for the Octo fight. He's also got an extremely poor octopus RNG. So, can the man get a little bit of love? Oh, Darren, no! He's getting trolled by the projectiles. There's just so many of them, blocking all his rolling shields. And gonna go, oh, he's not gonna go top route for the health. He's got a lot of faith in his D-Rex fight. We saw it on display there. He really, really understands how to get those double hits out, especially on the chump manipulation. So, Darren, that's probably the hardest weapon swap to do, is swapping from Buster to Tornado for the Mammoth fight. Doing it in 8 mavs, it's, you know, you gotta really mash that button down. It's 4 left or 4 right, it's right in the middle. So, darrenvile bringing out the boomerangs. Oh, you don't want to spam him too quick. You don't want to lose all your ammo. He's got to be careful here. Dodges under one hit. Oh no! Oh no! Oh, that's what we were worried of. His pattern speeds up so much at the end of the fight there. So when he fired that last electric spark, he immediately hopped to the ceiling, dodged over the boomerang, and then just crushed our good friend Darren. And now Darren, bringing out the Buster only strats, and these are very impulsive fight patterns, but he gets a really good pattern there. 3 E-Spark attack by T-Rex, and now he is on to the final stage. We did see he picked up an extra life in the Chameleon stage, and I believe he also got one in one of the Sigma Fortress stages. So he does still have two lives to his name. And now the climb to the final fight. It is the final countdown. He wiggles his way down the wall just so he can get that full charge for the het dog strategy. Started his charge a little bit late, so he had to wait for it. But the het dog fight started off there, and trying to dodge the projectiles, and as you see now, compared to last race, he does have the full 18 health available to him. So that means he has the ability to take 2 shots from the claws and still live. And he can also be able to take 1 shot from the lightning as well. The claws do 8 health of damage. The lightning does 12 health of damage. And darrenvile did miss a pair of shots. Oh, you can't fall off the wall though. That is not what you want to do. And erase everything I said about darrenvile take hits. He just took 12 health of damage from Sigma there, and now he only has, he's got 10 health, maybe he's got 8, no, he's got 8 health, so he can't take any hits at all. So he's just gotta stay relaxed, stay poised, get the DPS out on him, and now he seems to have the fight right where he wants it. Halfway down now. 2 more shots to go. Final hit. 33-29. GG to the darrenvile. GG. See if if darrenvile would like to join us for an interview. So darrenvile has just joined us in the chat room. How are you doing, bud? Congratulations on your victory.
Yo, what's up, man?
Oh, not too much. I do have one question for you, and I think this might be a world record for a two-run span. You had a total of 24 eagle dives in your 2 runs. How you feeling about that one?
Do that. That's funny. Yeah, I guess I did get bad eagles on both. Fight in both those races.
Yeah, it didn't help in your first race. You were going for the 50-50 off-screen kill, and you were getting an extra dive from both of those. But you
I missed that a couple times.
Yeah, you did clean it up very nicely, but still, 24 eagle dives. I don't think in any percent I've ever seen that many. Like,
it's hilarious.
Yeah, he has to really make his mind up that he should just absolutely screw you over.
I guess Jenny was having like a super sweet run the first run, which is crazy because I was too for a little while.
Mm-hmm.
Like my pace was like a little bit towards the beginning, and I was like, "Oh shit, is this about to happen?" Dropping a
Yeah.
bit, but I guess Jenny was doing like a crazy pace too, which is kind of cool.
Yeah, you both were actually on really crazy paces, crazy super fast. I think at one point in time, Ginny was upwards of 10 seconds ahead of his PB, and I know you were ahead of yours after, I think you were ahead of yours until you got to Eagle, and he decided that he was going to be a jerk to you for the entire day.
Yeah, yeah. Early game
But
was like pretty good pace for sure.
that 450 or 447 penguin kill was absolutely ridiculous in the first race.
Very often, and that's like what you want to see when you're trying to go for 31 type paces for sure.
Yeah,
So I
absolutely.
was like excited about that.
Yeah, but Jenny kind of fell apart at on Dillo's stage. Actually, he took a couple of bonks on the Dillo rolls, and then he had like 3 health left, and he was trying to spam Dillo down for his final hit, and Dillo just shot him in the face with a rolling shield point blank, and he died. And then it was
Is that
just
where
like
that death was?
that was where his death was, and then it just seemed like at that point he just became completely disinterested in the run, and that was really unfortunate because he was on a really good pace. And then race 2 Bs happened, double passives, and there's not much you can do about that.
Because you mentioned something in the race channel about a frame perfect death, and I was like, wait, what? Is he on Octo already? I thought he meant the Infinite, but I guess it was Dillo.
Yeah, no, it was like watching it. I'm not sure how the two of them got so close together, but they were both in the center of the screen, and he was shooting the E-Sparks at him, and Dillo fired a rolling shield, and I think they hit at the same time, but the Dillo death did not occur.
Yeah.
So you take a three win, 3-0 loss group stage. Who you looking forward to playing in the brackets? You have anybody you want to actually take on in the brackets?
Because I'd have to look at it real quick. Let's see here.
Looks like with you being in group... Oh, he left. So I guess that's all for Darren. He just accidentally quit out of Discord. So I want to give a shout out to Speed Gaming Channel 4 for allowing us to host the race. Thanks to Clifford for the restream, and thanks to all the race admins for putting the tournament together. And everybody have yourself a wonderful day. We have more Mega Man X Any action tomorrow. We actually have a lot more races tomorrow. So see you guys then, and until next time, bye-bye.